What you are seeing here is a game called C1 Runner, and it's made by a small group of regular people, made in their spare time between work. And it's all made in Unity, a free game engine despite looking like this. But let's revert back to the start. One evening a few weeks ago I was browsing YouTube for random videos to watch. I've been pretty interested in Wangan racing recently, basically a part of Japanese car culture that involves car maniacs racing it out on highways at night. There have been a couple pieces of media attempting to capture this niche part of car culture, such as the Wangan Midnight anime or the Tokyo Extreme Racer games. It seems that the YouTube algorithm caught wind of my interest in Wangan racing, and so it started recommending me all kinds of videos on that topic. And so one day, I was presented with this video. A fairly simplistic video, but very intriguing. It's essentially a roughly 9-minute long gameplay video of a racing game I have never seen before. It doesn't show much other than a red Supra driving 2 laps around the Japanese C1 ring. But wow, does it look impressive. The title of the video says Unity number 4 Wangan Midnight, Unity X Wangan Midnight, and was uploaded in November 2019. So everything you are seeing on screen is made entirely on the Unity engine and is supposed to recreate Wangan Midnight. I assume specifically the arcade games called Maximum Tune. It's hard to put into words why this gameplay video intrigued me so much, but the excellent graphics, decent looking handling, amazing car sounds and even a first person view were most certainly part of it. So, what is this exactly? Is this an official game that simply flew under my radar? Is it a region-locked title only available in Japan? Maybe it's still in development? A look in the description provides little clarity. While studying the game development engine Unity, we are currently under the challenge of how far can we get to the work that amateurs are exposed to, with research materials D Arcade Stage 8, Initial D8, and Wangan Midnight 5DX. Obviously Google translated, I can't help but something got lost in translation there. But we can decipher that the uploader is basically describing the challenge of studying the game engine as an amateur. Not really being able to learn a whole lot about what this is, I decided to check out the uploader's channel for more content. After all, the video in question seems to be the 4th one, so surely there would be at least 3 more out there. And sure enough they were. This is the first video in the series, uploaded roughly a year and a half earlier in May 2018. The gameplay itself still looks fairly similar. The most notable differences are the lack of real-time reflections and grippier handling model. Also, the Supra is now silver instead of red. Shocker. Once again I took a look at the description for more clues as to what this is. The FAQ section at the bottom in particular was of interest. Because this game is for technical research, we do not distribute or publish. The track data is Assetto Corsa's mod, true to Expressway C1. We will use Assetto Corsa's mod for the vehicle data. The operating environment is only for Windows PC. The correspondence to Android and iOS is not considered at the moment so far. Assuming the Google translation isn't messing with the context, we can deduct that there are at least 2 people working on the game, as he is using the word we. Furthermore, the purpose of the game is technical research with the Unity engine and is not meant to be released for the public. So that cleared up a few questions about the game itself. But what about the developers? Who are they? What are their goals and when can we see more? Thus, I decided to check the uploader's About section on their channel. Sadly, it was all written in Japanese, so the following is once again a Google translation. This is what Starcar's About Me section reads. We are conducting technical experiments using the game development engine Unity. Is it possible to reproduce a highly complete game work on the market with Unity? With the theme, we will take as much effort as possible to aim for a highly complete work. The progress is slow because the production can only be done after the work is finished. I will post a video when something interesting is made. Thank you. So to summarize, the goal is now pretty clear. This team of developers want to see if it is possible to recreate a fully feature-complete and graphically impressive game on the Unity engine. In this case, I assume they want to see if they can create a game like the Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune arcade games, but on the Unity engine without compromising in any single aspect. Starcar is also saying that progress on the game development is slow as they work on their project after work. Going through their videos reveals that they are working on another project as well, this one seeming to recreate Initial D, once again in the Unity engine. However, let's focus on one rabbit hole at a time, but maybe I can make a future video about the initial D project as well. Curious to find out more about the project, more specifically the exact reason why they insist on not sharing their projects to the public, I decided to visit the community tab on their YouTube channel. And after some searching, I hit a jackpot. To those in the world who have lost their energy due to the effects of the coronavirus, the test play version of the previously released Wangan Midnight-like game will be released for free for a while. I can only contribute by publishing the game, but I hope that this action will rejuvenate somebody. Hopefully a smile will return to everyone who likes games and cars around the world as soon as possible. As a small stress relief during the coronavirus pandemic, Stalker has decided to release this game demo to the public after all. However, it seems that I have come a little too late. The download link to the game has been removed in an edit. His most recent post revealed the reason why. Last year we released the Wangan Midnight game, and it seems that many people have tried it out. Thank you very much. It's a half-baked game I made for research purposes. To be honest, I'm very surprised at the response I've received. In 2021, my paid contract for online storage expired. I've decided to close the game to the public. When the time comes for me to show you the results of my research in some way, I would appreciate your advice and comments. Thank you very much for your cooperation. And with that, it all falls into place. So let's summarize everything we have learned so far. A group of Japanese racing game fans wanted to come together to see if they can recreate a feature-complete and higher-budget racing game based on Wangan Midnight using the Unity engine. They started work on it since as late as 2018 and have been slowly making progress on it during their free time off work. In 2020 they released a demo of the current build at the time, which has since then been lost as the storage space they rented ran out. Their last update on the game has been in October 2020 and it is unknown if they are still working on it. So is that where the story ends? Was this project really only destined to be a look into what could have been, as it really was just for research purposes entirely? I have to agree with the hundreds of people in the comments saying that I'd love to see this project turn into a proper full game. The potential on display here is just incredible, and it would be a shame if this project just ends at a handful of YouTube videos and a lost demo. But alas, that's where we are currently, and I hope Stalker and his team decide to release more updates if they think the time is right. So, about that demo. I managed to get a hold of it. I thankfully managed to find a re-upload of the demo buried in the comment section. This demo actually comes with a small modification that allows you to set up a few things, such as turning off real-time reflections or adjusting the steering sensitivity. It also allows support for PS4 controllers and other input devices. And so with that, I tried my hands at this obscure game, whose name turned out to be C1 Runner. It is fantastic. Something about the handling, the sounds, and of course the atmosphere just feels so right. It's a fairly simplistic demo. You are essentially just thrown right into the game in a red Supra. As there are no menus, you can't change to a different car, track or event. It's just you and your Supra versus 2 laps of the C1 outer loop. No objectives or opponents, just you and the car. And I still had a lot of fun. The handling feels fairly similar to a Forza or Gran Turismo. It's very believable, but a little bit more lenient when it comes to over and understeering. Collisions can be a little awkward sometimes, as the game doesn't really know how to handle rapid changes in speed. The map itself doesn't have any barriers, so it's very easy to take a wrong turn and fall off the map. And when you fall forever, so your only option is to restart the game. I said earlier that the game doesn't have any menus, but you can still adjust 2 things. Namely your name that gets shown on screen, and the transmission type by either writing MT for manual or AT for automatic into the text document. You can also add custom music to the game by dropping .wav files into the BGM folder, although I just recommend using Spotify or something similar, as you can't adjust the volume and the songs play in the same order each time. But that's about all there is to the game. Well, almost. There's a hidden path that may not be immediately obvious on your first few laps on the track. By turning around at this spot on the track, you can actually take an exit that doesn't lead into an endless fall. It leads you to a massive bridge you can drive over, as well as a really long straight later on where you can test out the car's top speed. Eventually you will get to an end on the road as well, however, but it's still nice to see this extra part of the map. Well, there you have it. That's about all there is to say and show regarding C1 Runner. The last video Stalker has uploaded on it showcased the different car and other minor differences and additions, but that's where things stand as of now. Now, I'm sure you'd like to try out C1 Runner yourself, and I contemplated about distributing the demo myself. In the end, however, I decided against it, as I don't feel comfortable just distributing someone else's work to the public without their consent. I did try to reach out to Starker on Twitter for permission, but alas didn't get a response yet. If I ever do happen to get permission for it, I will definitely update the description with a link to the demo. Should that ever be the case, I'll definitely make an announcement post on YouTube, so keep an eye on that. And now I am just about out of things to say, so let's call it right here. Thank you for watching me go on to this deep dive into a Japanese fan game. There are many more racing game projects made by fans out there that I could cover, so if you want to see me do more videos like this one, make sure to let me know by leaving a like and a comment. As always, a special thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you want your name in the outro as well, you can consider visiting my Patreon page in the description. Benefits include early previews, early access to new videos, and much more. But enough selling out for today. Thank you for watching and supporting my channel as always. And I'll see you back with another video soon. Take care everyone.